But if you just obviously pick up your phone, you're talking to your phone, say what's going on in your day. If you're going into the studio, just tell your followers, tell your fans exactly what you're doing with one of these. Just do it each day. I guarantee you will get your personality across. In this video, we're going to talk about why musicians will always struggle to promote themselves and their music on social media if they don't do what I'm going to talk about in this video. Hi, this is Des from the Music Marketing Academy. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. If you're looking to promote either you, your band, or your brand in this fast-growing music industry, then you've come to the right place. Now, it's really hard for musicians to get any traction on social media. Let's face it, most of the time it's your spare time when you're making music, and there's a little bit at the very end once you've finished making your track or your EP or album where you think, oh sugar, I better start marketing this now. And what happens is you normally leave to the very end, but what normally happens is it gets rushed, it gets it's put at the back of the queue. It's one of those things that just happens with every musician. In essence, in your mind, you're spending 99% of your time making music and probably 1% marketing it, if you're really honest with yourselves. And to be honest, because of that, it's normally an afterthought. It's something that you've got to do. You rush it at the very end. It's not something you really want to do, but it's kind of rushed at the very end. You'll put up a few snippets of video, a few images, you'll write a few tweets, you'll post something on social media, and it's normally a couple of days before, which it just isn't long enough to market your music, whether it's just one track, an EP or an album. That's why in this video, I'm going to go through a few things that make it a lot easier for you to make the transition from just making music to making music and marketing yourself. But first, hey guys, if you're a musician and you want to learn more about marketing both you and your music, use the link in the description to join over 300 other musicians. There's lots of other cool tips, tricks, and access to a lot of really useful tools. Looking to make money with your music? Then the Music Marketing Academy is just for you. Let's get back to it. One of the ways you can market yourself easier on social media is being unique. You really do need to be unique. If you're not unique, you're just another account on social media that's just trying to promote your music. You've got to stand out amongst the crowd because there are actually millions of you, millions with a capital M, millions of you trying to market your music all at the same time. Obviously, Friday is one of the busiest days of the calendar of your week, and there's so many of you doing it at the same time that unless you're unique and unless you stand out, you're basically gonna be hidden amongst the crowd. So what do I mean by unique? I mean actually bring out your personality, bring out who you are and tell your music story. I know this sounds all wishy-washy, but if you do that, if you tell your music story and you really bring out your personality, this is one of the things that's going to separate you from the crowd. And look, I know this because I speak to hundreds of musicians on a daily basis, mainly on Twitter. I get to know who they are, what they're about, and what frustrations they've had in trying to market themselves. And one of the things that I've seen across all of the different platforms, across all of the many different musicians that I've seen and I've spoken to, one of the main things that I've noticed is they're not unique enough. They don't bring out their personality. So when your fan is scrolling through their Twitter feed, for example, or even their Instagram feed, when they're scrolling through, there's no reason why they should follow you because there's no personality. Your personality isn't come through. It's just, either a GIF with your song playing in the background, or it's just you playing the guitar. There's nothing wrong with that, but you really do need to actually bring across your personality with that. We talk about musicians a lot in these videos, but what we don't talk about is we don't talk about producers enough. Producers have it equally as hard and probably a little bit harder because they're not actually the front person of their music. It's normally just like an image or a GIF or a video. They find it very hard to bring across their personality. Now, there's a few guys that I speak to on Twitter, for example, that don't have much of a problem with that because they bring out their personality. And it's kind of what I was saying before. If you bring out your personality, whether you're a producer, you're a writer, it's a case of making sure that you tell your story. Because what happens is, most of the time, a lot of musicians just post content on social media without getting their personality across. So what I recommend a lot of you do is do what we call face to camera. Kind of what I'm doing here when I'm actually communicating with you. By doing this, if I just posted images or GIFs of my account, you really wouldn't get to know me, would you? But if you just obviously pick up your phone, you talk into your phone, say what's going on in your day. If you're going into the studio, just tell your followers, tell your fans exactly what you're doing with one of these. Just do it each day. I guarantee you will get your personality across. And it doesn't matter whether you're a writer, a singer, a producer, it doesn't matter. Just grab one of these. If you've got one of these, it's HD quality. You can literally just record and just upload it. It's as simple as that. Now look, I know there's going to be a lot of you that are quite shy to get onto camera, and that's totally fine. I get that. So what you can also do then is the images you're going to actually post on social media, make sure they're ones, again, and I'm using that P word again, make sure they're images that actually bring out your personality, because it's not a case of just posting an image that's quite generic. It needs to be of you, maybe with your smiling, with your laughing, with your scowling, whatever it is, as long as it brings across you and the way you are, that is the most important thing. So from what I've told you so far, is this something that you think you can do? Leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts on this. I'd really like to hear it, because like I said, I've spoken to so many musicians over these past few months, and a lot of them tell me they're scared to come on the camera. So if that's you and you're willing to actually leave a comment, please leave a comment down below. I'd really love to hear from you. And guys, if you like this video so far, please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the bell notification. You hit the bell notification because what will happen is, as soon as I post a video, you'll get a notification to say that I've posted, and you'll be one of the first ones to see it. Now I'm going to tell you a very quick story now. Believe it or not, I'm quite introverted. I'm an introverted individual. I come out of my shell a lot to do things like this, because I need to communicate to you most of the things that are going on up here, most of the things that are actually in my head. And I've decided to do this video today because I want to show you, somebody that's quite introverted, that I'm quite willing to get into the camera and actually talk to you face to face like this, and talking to you direct as well. And this is something that I think that a lot of musicians should do a lot more of. I have a private Facebook group which I've been running now for a few months, and I can see a lot of the things that I'm encouraging them to do, they're actually starting to do and starting to get some real traction with it. Hence the reason why I'm starting to do a lot more videos. So this is me personally now. I'm starting to do a lot more videos just to show them that it is entirely possible to actually bring across your personality. Look, most of you don't even know me from Adam. You don't know me at all. You might have seen me on Twitter, you might have seen me on Instagram, but by doing these videos, you get to see the real me. You get to see the cheeky me, the mad me, the person that's tired, the person that's frustrated. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do these videos, and there's no reason why you can't do the same. And believe it or not, when I first started on Twitter, and that wasn't that long ago, it was a few months ago, some of you that have been following me since the very beginning might remember that I actually had a logo. I actually had a logo on my Twitter account, and I was tweeting, and I realized from a marketing perspective, it's a lot better, and we'd say in the marketing game, we get conversions. When I say conversions, we'll get a lot more people engaging with us, a lot more people following us, if we actually have a picture of ourselves as a profile image. So a few months in, I decided to do that. I swapped out the logo for a picture of me. And look, I personally don't want my face spattered all over the place. I really don't. And that's, like I said to you before, I'm an introvert. I didn't want that. But I realized that this is something I had to do. I had to put my profile picture on there so the world could see my face. And secondly, I need to do videos and podcasts and audio things just like this, so you can actually see me, see my personality, and get to know me. What I'm doing here today, what I'm showing you, is that you need to do exactly the same thing. Now look guys, as long as you do that, there's no reason why you shouldn't find it a lot easier to market yourself on social media. And look, I get it, you don't have a lot of time. You're spending most of your time writing, you're spending most of your time in the studio, I get that. But you're going to find it a lot easier to market yourselves if you come across unique, you bring across your personality, you'll find that you'll be able to market yourselves a lot better and a lot easier if you do that. That way, when somebody's scrolling through their feed and they come across your image or your video, they'll notice you straight away. So look, is this something that you think you can do? Again, leave a message in the actual comments below. I'd really love to hear from you. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate you subscribing and hitting the bell notification, and also liking the video, because what happens is YouTube has got some funny sort of algorithm that if not enough people comment or not enough people like the video, then they won't show your video to as many people. So if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. And the fact that you've come this far in the video, I really appreciate that. So guys, that's it. I'm going to leave that for now. If you want to learn more about marketing your band or your brand in this fast growing economy, I'm going to leave some videos up here, and I'm going to leave a button so you can actually press it and subscribe. If you want to subscribe and hear more of what I've got to teach you, I'd really appreciate that. But for guys, look, for this video, I'm going to say thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.